Usually for a Jordan retro shoe, my favorite colorway of that shoe most likely would be an OG colorway. There's just something more historically significant, kind of more special about OG colorways, but there are exceptions. And this shoe, this colorway, is one of them because in my opinion, the best colorway of the Jordan 9 is not an OG colorway, it is this Air Jordan 9 Cool Gray. The shoe is dropping on March 15th for $210 in the United States. The Jordan 9 first came out when Michael Jordan first retired to go play baseball. And because Michael Jordan was retired at the time, Jordan Brand gave like a lot of PEs to a ton of NBA players like Penny Hardaway, Latrell Sprewell, Mitch Frischman. And the Jordan 9 is also the shoe that Michael Jordan is wearing for his statue outside of Chicago Bulls Stadium. Kind of a weird choice because he was retired. The low version of the Jordan 9 actually didn't come out till 2002. And that year was actually the same year the Cool Gray colorway first dropped, and Michael Jordan himself actually wore this colorway when he was part of the Wizards. It did also come back in 2012, and first impressions of this shoe, I don't love Jordan 9s in general. Like, it's not my favorite silhouette, not my favorite shape, but in a very nice colorway, I will definitely go for it. The olive came back end of last year, maybe early this year, I can't quite remember, getting my years all mixed up. It's a pretty decent colorway. The powder blues came back last year. I think that was probably, or is, probably the best OG colorway. This colorway, I think it beats them all. Like I said in the intro of my video, this is 99.9% sure that it is my favorite colorway of the Jordan 9s ever, and I just love it. Can't really go wrong with like a mostly entirely gray Jordan Brand shoe, like the Jordan 5 Wolf Gray. It's simple, but look how delicious that looks. So yeah, not a huge fan of the Jordan 9, but a huge fan of this colorway on the Jordan 9. And the materials on the shoe, the base layer, it is nubuck. Does feel like there may be like a synthetic coating over like the genuine leather underneath. Remember, nubuck is just another form of leather. And of course, all the way around the mudguard area, all the way up to the ankles, that comes in patent leather. I don't usually love patent leather on sneakers, and I just don't love that reflective, shiny look. And then moving up the tongue, that is actually part of the inner booty. And I'll get more to sizing and comfort later. I really like that kind of inner booty system, just wraps around your feet really nicely. And then at the very top of the tongue, you get this Air Jordan tag. And this shoe comes with just white laces out of the box, no extra laces. Don't think I would choose any other color but the white. I think that looks really nice, really pops. And the 9s was actually the first to introduce the one pull speed lacing system. And the idea was once you get your feet in, all you had to do was pull on the tip of the shoelace, just give it one big tug and everything will kind of cinch up together. Now wrapping around the booty, you do see a pull tab here. I usually don't love pull tabs on sneakers, but as I get older, I start to use pull tabs more and more. And then right under the pull tab, you get this globe with the Jumpman in the middle. Now if you're wondering why there's a globe there, the Jordan 9 was meant to celebrate the globalization of Air Jordan, Michael Jordan himself as well. And then right underneath, you get this 23 that is embroidered on the booty. Now, not all Jordan 9s comes with the 23 embroidered, like the OG powder blues. That didn't have it, even though some retros did. The most recent one was more closer to the original. That didn't have the 23. And then moving on to the cushioning of the shoe, the Jordan 9 does come with a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit on the heel as well as the forefoot. Now, one thing I do have to point out is that the Jumpman on the sole over here, it's actually pointing the red direction. Can't remember exactly what year it was, but they had the Jumpman facing the opposite direction. Just kind of threw everything off, but I'm glad that they corrected that mistake. And this rubber outsole, it is just one of the most unique, super special. This kind of semi-translucent color to it, and you'll see different languages on the outsole. So you see here that means world, sport, and Japanese. And in the very top of the toe box, you'll see a few different words different on the left and right shoe. So on the right shoe, it says dedicated in French, force in Spanish, intense in Italian, freedom in French, graceful in German. And on the left shoe, sport in Russian, independence in Swahili, freedom in Russian, athletic in German, and hope in Swahili. And then next to it, you see this globe again. And if you look very closely, you actually see the year 1994 with like a star behind it. And then at the very bottom, you see the Jumpman logo with 23 right behind it. So the whole outsole also pays homage and gives reference to the globalization of Air Jordan as well as Michael Jordan again. So yeah, the whole theme of the shoe really shines through, and this is just one of the most unique outsoles ever. I love how this looks. And the insole of the shoe, a gray insole, white Jumpman. There's a Dream Cell insole. And the box of the shoe, probably what you would expect, just a Jordan box, all gray, shades of gray. That's about it. Now in terms of sizing comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For Jordan 9s, I still go true to size, even though there is like this inner booty system. It might feel kind of tight at first, but I just really like how soft and how much it wraps around my feet. Like it feels like you're wearing a sock, even though this shoe does feel just very clunky. It feels like a brick. It is a heavy, big, just loafy shoe. It is a heifer, but at least around your feet, it feels nice and snug and tight. It doesn't feel too tight where I would change the sizing on this shoe. Still go true to size. That's what I would recommend. In terms of overall comfort, I think it's okay if you can get past the weight. It's actually a decently comfortable shoe under your feet. The cushioning, it is still pretty old. It just has 2 Nike Air units, but walking around shouldn't have any problems. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 9 Cool Grey to 29 out of 40. Pretty average score compared to other general releases. Now first, this colorway. This is a great colorway. I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10 just because I think there's some legendary colorways that are slightly better than this, like the Jordan 1 Bread. UNC colorway is always my favorite on sneakers. Chicago's, of course, but this is right up there. About as delicious as a non-OG colorway can be. And in terms of the materials, honestly, nothing great, nothing super premium. It's not absolute trash, but it's kind of exactly what you would expect for a Jordan brand shoe. And in terms of the comfort, decently comfortable. If you care about weight for your shoes, maybe don't go with the Jordan 9. If that's one thing you really prioritize, you can definitely feel the clunkiness of the shoe, but I feel like this inner booty system I really like. Just hugs your feet very snugly. Cushioning wise, it is decent, not the worst. Versatility wise, yeah, the shape of the Jordan 9, it is kind of tough. It does give you a very like boot-like shape, so it's not everyone's favorite. It's very high. It's tough. It's not the most wearable shoe, but in terms of the colorway, super wearable, just white, different shades of gray. Maybe a white-based sneaker, slightly more wearable, but yeah, not the most wearable silhouette, super wearable colorway. The Cool Grey setup and colorway overall is just one of the best. My favorite is probably when it's on the Jordan 11. The just deliciousness of how that looks on that shoe cannot be overstated. It is so nice. On the 9s, one of my probably least favorite Jordans from 1 to 14. Yeah, don't love it, especially as someone that's got like short legs. You have something this high, like this prominent, it can make your legs even shorter or seem shorter. Just doesn't look that good, but I just feel like this colorway is undeniable. Stick it on any Jordan brand shoe and it will look good at the very least. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 9 Cool Grey. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.